Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Saudi Arabia plans $1 billion investment in Virgin Galactic. Buyers sought for Evolution aircraft. TBM owners and pilots turn out in record numbers in Texas. Hello, I'm Laura Hudson. It's November 1st, and this is Airborne Unlimited. Virgin Galactic, along with spin-off companies, the Spaceship Company and Virgin Orbit, are in line for an investment of $1 billion from the government of Saudi Arabia, which has an option to invest nearly another $500 million in the future. Sir Richard Branson, founder of the Virgin Group, noted that we are now just months away from Virgin Galactic going into space with people on board and Virgin Orbit going into orbit and placing satellites around the Earth. This investment will enable us to develop the next generation of satellite launches and accelerate our program for point-to-point supersonic space travel. The MOU was signed by H.E. Yasir bin Othman Al Rumayyan, Managing Director of the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, and Patrick McCall, Senior Managing Director of the Virgin Group, during the Future Investment Initiative taking place in Riyadh. The intended investment will also aid the development of next-generation, low-cost small satellite launch systems and commercial supersonic point-to-point travel capabilities. It includes the possibilities to develop a space-centric entertainment industry in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. After the break, European pilots calling for support of colleagues through crowdfunding.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero-TV, the new AMA drone report, our website or podcast, just email to news-spy@aero-news.net. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. Empowering and supporting pilots in their efforts to collectively negotiate is the aim of a new crowdfunding campaign that has just been launched by the European Cockpit Association. The #PilotUnity campaign on GoFundMe is expected to attract wide attention and donations from pilots, aviation professionals, and keen European flyers. The crowdfund comes in the aftermath of the recent flight cancellation crisis in Europe. The NAACP has released a statement announcing a travel advisory warning African Americans about their safety and well-being when patronizing American Airlines or traveling on American Airlines flights. The NAACP, for several months now, has been monitoring a pattern of disturbing incidents reported by African American passengers, specific to American Airlines. In light of these confrontations, we have today taken the action of issuing a national advisory alerting travelers, especially African Americans, to exercise caution in booking and boarding flights on American Airlines. Following a site survey at Tehachapi Municipal Airport, the FAA sent a letter to the city saying that it must stop its practice of preferential treatment for many tenants, including the city itself. If it fails to do so, the city could lose access to AIP grants for the airport. The FAA conducted the inspection in May and found that the city is using airport property in ways that violate federal grant assurances. Some leases also are out of compliance, according to FAA spokesman Ian Greger. In the wake of Hurricane Maria, the island of Puerto Rico was left with virtually no internet service, as much of the island's infrastructure was completely destroyed by the storm. But connectivity has been at least partially restored on the island, thanks to 2 Project Loon balloons keeping station in the skies above. The 2 balloons are currently providing limited 4G LTE coverage to Puerto Rico, allowing AT&T customers to send and receive text and emails, as well as providing some internet access. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Now let's move on to the rest of the news. Evolution Aircraft, a company created when Lancair restructured its assets in 2016, is for sale. And while reports from other media outlets suggesting the company was closed appeared to be premature, the kitmaker is certainly struggling. Evolution CFO Randy Akacich said the company is open and actively looking for a buyer. In a written statement, Akacich said that Evolution Aircraft has right-sized its staffing to meet its current customer commitments and is actively pursuing new investment. There have been multiple accidents involving Evolution Aircraft over the past 2 years, following an accident that involved 2 fatalities in July. The company has reportedly been unable to obtain liability insurance, and there were reports of Evolution owners and builders receiving letters saying the company would be closing. No such letter has been produced. While Akacich said that the company is for sale, he did not provide any details about potential investors or a timeline for the transfer of assets. After these messages, TBM owners and pilots turn out in record numbers in Texas.
In collaboration with NAACP, introducing Sonex Aerospace, bringing you the Taros Group 4 UAS, the redesigned Tiger Shark Block 4, and the Subsonics Twinjet UAS, all derived from flight-proven manned systems, not concepts, real aircraft. More at sonexaerospace.com.
Welcome back. The 2017 TBM Owners and Pilots Association Convention brought together an all-time high of 117 TBMs for this year's event, underscoring the annual gathering's importance, as well as the growing number of DAAR-built, very fast turboprop aircraft in operation worldwide. Converging at San Antonio's International Airport were aircraft representing all TBM versions produced by DAAR to date, the TBM 700, 850, and 900 series. In total, 325 participants attended the convention, held October 18th through 22nd at the San Antonio Hill County Resort, with the TBM OPA's worldwide membership participating in 3 days of dynamic learning sessions customized for TBM owners and operators. The main focus was on airmanship and safety, with an emphasis this year on maintaining flight control at low level, along with pilot situational awareness. As the TBM's manufacturer, DAAR introduced new retrofit options for earlier TBM versions, such as the G1000 NXI avionics update, the integration of an angle of attack indicator, installation of gaseous oxygen system, and the addition of landing gear doors. The 2017 TBM OPA convention reflects the TBM fleet's continued expansion, with overall deliveries of our very fast turboprop aircraft now surpassing the 860-unit milestone, and a new aircraft delivered almost every week, commented Nicholas Chabert, a senior vice president of the DAAR Airplane Business Unit. Well, that's our program for today. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is currently on our winter schedule and is streamed Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, alternating with Airborne Unmanned on Tuesday and the AMA Drone Report each Thursday. Additional breaking news bulletins may be posted for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe, and do check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. See you Friday.